someone we reported got banned or penalized or whatever, so that's good. Yeah, we get like icon or something. Oh, we get all of these icons? What's the pedal for then? I don't know. Oh, we only have one key fragment. Okay. Alright. Oops. Go ahead and do a warm-up game here. If Jason doesn't get on in a little bit, we can try a diamond game. Oh, let me tweet out. Oh no, Silver. Okay, Darius banned.
Coward, may you die with your eyes closed.
Oh, Katarina. I haven't done Fiddle in a little bit, but we also don't have a tank. I think I just have to go Nunu and just try to deal. This build is kind of growing on me a little bit. The Schalke game. People have asked me to do the pro stuff. I don't know. If I could get an audience for it, it's just like it. My viewer numbers are so low on standalone videos these days. If I could get like views for it, it'd be interesting. But it's pretty much just like stream and then, you know, just tier list stuff and then donation stuff. It's like it would be cool to do that, but I would have to like watch the game to understand. Like it'd be a lot of work. I'd have to understand it, think about it a lot theoretically, go back, discuss it, and things like that. And if there's just gonna be like 100 people, like 100 or 200 views for, you know, like 2 hours of work, um, that's gonna be a tough cover. I just have so many other things going on. Like there's a lot of stuff that I would like to do, you know, with the channel and other types of content I would like to make, but I'm just not sure about that. Night Blue 3's climbing Masters with a Moo. I did like a Moo when I tried him earlier. I think, wasn't Tyler 1 doing that also? What is Tyler 1's Ivern account? I think he was doing a Moo for a little bit. Hey Hey, no problem, Alex. Yeah, that's a huge, that's definitely a huge benefit. Wow, he's the #1 win rate right now, Ivern? At least in Korea. Man, I want to play him more. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too scared to play him into Katarina. Huh. People are doing more Hex Flash? Really? Really? No, that's gotta be wrong. He's doing Futures Market. I think that's much more standard. Okay, so Tower 1. He's been playing a Moo some. Yeah, just Electrocute. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could try another Moo game. I feel like his early game ganks are just way weaker. Okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Is he really gonna try to invade me?
Last one there's a stinky old Yeti. Fine. Magical too.
Yeah, the Lux E is great. You can also like not activate the Lux E immediately and just leave it sitting there, and that gives you like an increased slow time. So if you throw the E behind them, for example, when they're trying to run away. Yeah, he wasn't really playing Olaf that much, Tower 1. I think he was really starting to get known for... I mean, maybe he was for a little bit, but I think he really became known for Ivern, as far as like a jungler. Karthus for a while there, and then Ivern was kind of his... Ivern was the one that he really gained a lot of elo with. There's different stuff you can do depending on matchups with a Moo. Most top-end Amumus I see take Electrocute. Just play him for the damage. But, I mean, both can be useful because you are probably going to be getting, you know, health and AP items. But, like, depends on if you're going Cinder Hulk or not. If you're going for the AP one, I would imagine you'd want Electrocute. Because you're not going to have any health or, like, any defense with Aftershock. Feels like I'm running behind. I don't know if I am. No. Going lagging. Delayed invade. It's really annoying. So he skipped a camp. So he's basically going to be even.
Let's check out some snow.
If I can get bottom scuttle. Whatever. I mean, I don't need it as much. We should be even as long as, So he probably skipped Raptor, so what, he did, red, wolves, blue, invade. Okay, so he's up top. Yeah. So I'm still even on farm with him. Like, it was cute. He invaded me, sure, but I'm still even on farm, and I got a double kill. And I have a tempo advantage. He hasn't backed yet. I've backed. So it's like invades. It's not really like that big of a deal. It's like, okay, sure, take it. You know, at least for Nunu. As long as they don't kill you. Like, he didn't even get my flash off the invade. That's why I stopped invading a lot. It's like a lot of top-end players just don't do it just because it's risky and you really don't get that much of an advantage. Because, like, yeah, the buffs give you some, like, stuff, but they're worth the same gold and the same experience, pretty much, as most of the other camps, so... It's like, is it really even worth the risk?
Before we can save the world, first we gotta see it. Doctor will not really go if we don't get rid of the buzz. Scared to step on it. Heroes don't need bugs. Okay, now looking now. You're hitting a big first Nargle.
Did you flash or anything?
World their sword. Now flames are gone, and words are torch. Against the cold, the song I
Okay,
sing
so they are
is
backed
like a
up.
my own story. Well,
An ally has been slain.
Shit, I can't.
it's okay to be sad sometimes.
Alright, they're gonna...
That's how you know
They're gonna get dragon off that. They might come for this. So I gotta be a little careful.
Rock-skinned boulder man.
Let's see if they walked in here or not. Yeah.
Looks like he's under his scales.
Swagging on him.
Playtime's never over.
Going gangsta on these kids. Actually, let me,
Are we there, Yeti? Get it? You're laughing on the inside, huh? Someone out there needs our help.
Audacious bravery shield. Courageous Eagle Guard.
Alright, Lee is pinned middle. I might be able to get... I don't have flash. A little dangerous.
Stay close, Willem.
Okay, no, he's top. Yeah, he's covering top.
Your friend's tickling me.
Okay, maybe he's right. Maybe we should have invaded that. I didn't see how low he was. Shit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have invaded that. I didn't think he was going to do that. I was already rolling bottom. Yeah, if I had invaded that, it would have been pretty big. You still get the gold, so that's why I think a lot of times, unless you're gonna like 100% take it, just drop it and run and go do something else.
A snowball is never just a snowball. If you believe in magic.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Jesus, who is this Nunu? I need to buy, but I mean, Dragon's up in a second. I don't think I have time.
Ally has been slain.
If you could do anything, Willem, what would you do?
Proxy Singe, it just depends on the situation and whether it's going to be viable or not.
I'm gonna see the human world.
We're off like a 32.
I'm 3 levels over Lee. Because I haven't bought. It's a huge part of it. I gotta buy, guys.
I bet we could have fun over there.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Turret plating will soon fall.
I bet if we stayed really still, we'd become invisible. I'll always see you, Willem. Steps are the rhythm, and my flute's the melody. Make way for the Yeti!
Whoa, where the fuck? Shit. I didn't realize it was their entire team. I thought we had some teammates there. I didn't notice the misfortune. That's my bad.
Triple kill. An ally has been slain.
They're gonna get that tower. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this while I'm at it. See, that was bad. I should have passed that better. I think getting the blue was probably okay. I don't know. Maybe that was too risky.
How many words do you guys have to snow? And to fart? I knew it! He knows lots of stuff.
Explosive face melter.
Lift me higher, Willem, so I can punch it in the nose!
Galactic hyper barrier.
You know what would be fun, Willem?
Enemy has been
Everything!
slain.
If you're there with me,
Sin. I mean, so proxy send from earlier. Yeah, I mean, it can work. It's just like you just have to be really careful and just not die too much. But yeah, if you're trying to pull a bunch of pressure off of like bot lane, for example, if you're trying to pull a bunch of pressure off of bot lane and you have a really strong bot lane, then it can work.
what is that way, Willem?
Oh god. Really? What the fuck? They seriously had that warded? Like, what the actual fuck? I can't believe it. So I just, like, so I saw Lee here. So the Lee ran from here, like, I don't even know what the hell he did. He went from here and then ran up here
Has been slain.
with the Jax without touching this wave and came in to flank me. They're like waiting on me right here. Right? That was the pathing?
I didn't think you were dead. I could see you breathing.
It seems really weird to me. But is this worth? Probably don't need the mana. Let's get Spirit Massage.
Your turret
I don't know. Well, they got me. They definitely outsmarted me in that. It was like 5,000 IQ. I have no idea how Lee got around to that side of me from wolves without me seeing any of it.
You're gonna cause an avalanche before
Your
I
team
can.
has destroyed destroyed a turret.
I kind of want to go back and watch that. I was just wondering how the hell they got there. I mean, it was smart. That was not good. I gotta start chomp smiting earlier. Sivir should not be getting that with a crit.
He's playing well. No one can tell us not to. Already broke the rules with the super mega punch.
Okay, he's got teleports in.
I eat heroic deeds for breakfast. Well, it prefers
Dude, I think
carrots.
League has the worst community all time or top 3. I mean, it depends on what you mean by worst. Like, what do you mean by worst? Like, are we talking if you have, like, chat disabled, which is how you should be playing?
Let's put the venture in
Like, League's a competitive game. That's just what it is. Some people, like... I mean, there are people that go too far with it, but I think in any game that's going to be really competitive, you're going to have people that aren't happy if they're losing, right? So it's like, you know, people could say something like, oh, Minecraft's got the best community or something. It's like, well, okay, but it's like, it's not competitive, you know? That's my theory on it anyways. It's like, if it's competitive, there's going to be people that are like, not happy if you're losing.
Enemy quadra kill.
That was brutal.
Aced.
So it just depends on how competitive the game is. I think. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what people mean by toxic too. Like, I think that if you're the kind of person that is just kind of a for fun, super casual player that wants to leave chat enabled and play really off-meta weird stuff and lose a lot, and you are particularly affected by people complaining about what they perceive to be uncompetitive, then yeah, it's not going to be a good community for you, right? But like, it would be a good community for people that want to play competitive games that are challenging, where people care. You know, I think a lot of people, you could have like the nicest community in the world, right? You could have like a Farmville,
There's something sad in their hearts.
you know, really friendly Farmville Facebook community. But it's like a lot of people are gonna think, well, who cares? Like that, I don't like. They'd much rather have a competitive community of people that are like a lot of people that are trying to like win than you know, something that's like super nice and friendly where people aren't really interested in trying to win. You know, it's just different strokes for different folks. You know, not there's anything wrong with like a Farmville community or whatever. That's just not what you're signing up for when you're signing up for League. So. That's my opinion on it. So it's like, yeah, for certain people like that aren't on the super competitive side, yeah, I think League doesn't do a great job of making the game like super friendly and approachable for very casual players. They probably could do better. I mean, they're trying to add in for fun game modes. They're trying to add more lore and stuff like that. So they're trying to address some of that, but just the normal, if you're playing ranked especially, people take it seriously. I mean, I'm not super happy with what people say sometimes too, and people are spam pinging me or in the post chat saying ridiculous stuff too. Like, I'm not saying that League is a bunch of saints, but I think it's really easy just to say, oh, it's a bunch of people that are mad all the time, when it's like, sort of, but I think that's just a byproduct of anything that's going to be really competitive, where you have random teammates. Like, I'm not super familiar with like the Dota community or like the Overwatch community or you know, something like that, but I would assume they're probably very similar. I mean, people say like WoW Classic has like some super toxic stuff going on where people are like griefing around the Scarab Lord mount and stuff like that. So, like, once again, I'm not trying to say that it's a bunch of saints. The fuck? I mean, how many times do I have to ping? But yeah, I mean, your question was like super loaded. So that's why I'm giving like a more nuanced, slightly more favorable view of it to balance out sort of the loading of your question there. But yeah, I mean, sure, it is. But it is what it is, basically. And I mean, they're working on, like, first of all, you can just mute chat. Like, they have a smart ping feature. And unless you're the kind of person that likes to banter, that likes to trash talk with people in, like, all chat, there's really... And I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a mixed bag. I know Tower One likes it. People who watch him like it. There are some people who like getting, you know, building rivalries and getting juiced up and stuff like that. It just makes the game exciting. Be like, I hate this, you know, clown on the enemy team. I really want to beat him. There is something to say for that, for vindication, right? For a person who is trash talking you the previous game on your team, and then all of a sudden they're on the enemy team and you beat them. You know, that can definitely be a feels good, right? But, you know, you don't have to opt into that. You can just mute the chat, and they have a smart ping system where you can communicate pretty much anything strategic that you need to communicate. Without having chat enabled. So if you don't want to opt into that banter type of stuff, and that's what you're mostly going to get in chat, is banter or people complaining about things. If you don't want to opt into that, you don't have to, you know? So I see that as optional. I don't think that's necessarily, like, a part of the game that you have to participate in. And then as far as, like, AFKing and rage quitting and stuff like that, you know, they are, you know, trying to punish people even harder for that. I think they've got a pretty robust punishment system for, like, people that just straight up AFK with, like, Lever Buster. But they're amping that up even more. So they're trying to work on that aspect of the toxicity. I don't know. You'd be surprised. You still need 5-man cooperation, sort of, but you'd be surprised. Most people want to win. They just complain about stuff because they don't understand what they did wrong or what they could have done better. But most people want to win. There are people that go AFK for sure, but it does happen on both people, like on both teams symmetrically. Can we just fight them? This is where sort of my tank build's not really like super coming through. Yeah, if we can take him out, that's huge. Leave her alone, bro. Fine. I guess maybe we don't have time to end. So yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think honestly, it's a product. It's a certain type of game that's really competitive. It's much more akin to something like basketball than it is to like Mario, even though it's called a video game. I mean, people, you know, people play to win. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Could it be better? Sure, but I just think that's just psychology of people. that like to play competitive games, especially really complicated ones. You know, League. A lot of people get really frustrated because they don't understand what they're doing wrong and they want to blame other people. And they don't like fully understand probability. You know, like you're gonna have people that AFK on your team. It's guaranteed. So is the enemy. You know, you're gonna have people that just don't play very well, that have bad games. So will the enemy. You know, but you just have to think like, you have to have statistical reasoning and just say, you know what, that sucked for me this game, but. So yeah, I mean, it's the long con, you know? And there's like unrealistic expectations too, I think, are a part of it as well. Where it's like, everyone expects to just be able to go straight to Challenger. When in fact, that's pretty challenging, you know? So, I mean, it just is what it is. So I understand the frustrating part of it. You know, I get frustrated too, but I just think that's a product of competitive people. I mean, yes, it is going to attract people that like to trash talk. People, you know, any sort of free game also is just going to potentially have a little more riffraff in it, right? Where people can just make an alt account. So there are some aspects of it that are going to make it a little more prone to negative behavior, but I still think it's a good game. It is. I mean, it is what it is. Either you like that style of game or you don't. You know, competitive game where people are gonna get a little mad every now and then, but it's something that's really difficult that if you get better at it, can feel rewarding for some people that like that. You know, but there's other people that won't like that, right? Are we back? Someone hit me up in chat if we're back. Let me redo the chat here. Let me refresh. I don't know what that's gonna do. Okay. Okay, we're back. All right. Sorry guys, my ISP just went out. I was looking on my phone. There were storms earlier today. There might still be. I don't think there's still a storm. It's not loud, but that may have done some damage, so sorry about that. It appears to be back though. I was in there using the bathrooms. I don't know how long y'all, if it reconnected while I was in there, but so I'm not sure how much dead time was there. I forgot that I left the stream running when the power went out and it would just reconnect, so hopefully you weren't sitting here for too long, but okay, we're back though. Did we get credit for that game or did we get lever busted? Sometimes even if you win, you get. I think we got lever buster, didn't we? No, we got the victory. Okay. So if they win within a couple of minutes, I was like, oh my god. Like, we timed out because we were just about to win, but then Sivir was coming up. She was like one screen length away. and they could just focus the Nexus. It was like just brand. So I guess they got it. Okay, so sorry about that. I can't really control that at all. Let me see how long Jason's going to be here. What does the Spirit Pedal do? So hopefully it stays connected. If it doesn't, just follow me on Twitter at the Strat Prof, the Strategy Professor, if you don't already, because I can post to that via LTE. If my power goes out or if the internet goes out, I'll post to there and tell you guys the status. Okay, it looks like this one's still going to be a little bit, so we'll go ahead and play. Oh, we get an emote with it. Okay. I'm not sure. I'll have to see what the different emotes are. Where do you turn it in? Is it part of the event? Where's the event currency? I love how I got so many champion shards with this event. It's freaking sweet. It's a lot of free blue essence. Okay. I'll have to decide. I'll have to look them up and see. When is the event over? Probably next patch. Well, you know what? We'll run one more jungle game, then we might do a sport game after that. Just talk to a champ. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see what the different emotes are, though. Oh, the S rank tells you what it is? Okay. Just telling Twitter. I'm trying to remember some of the questions people were having before. I think, I don't remember who asked, but someone asked, should you play a lot of games? Does that help you climb? And the answer is no. It's probably actually bad if you are...
Right.
If you're super serious about climbing, the main thing is you need to play, every single game needs to be the best game you can possibly play. Like, as close to that as possible, because you don't get any benefit from playing a lot of games. Like, it's kind of a mixed bag. Like, statistically, if you want to make a really big move over time, you do have to play a certain amount of games, right? So, like, if you're trying to go from bronze to diamond, mathematically, if you're winning, you know, 70% of your games, you're still going to have to play a lot of games to move that far, right? So in that sense, yes, you know, to make the statistics work in your favor, to, you know, even out over time, you have to play a certain amount of games to move up. I guess we'll do Nunu again. I want to play Ivern, but I can't play Ivern with an Enchanter bottoms. There's just too much overlap. At least I don't think that's optimal to do that. I could also do something like Shyvana, but I really just want some wins. But, so you do need to play games in that sense to make the statistics work for you. However, the fewer games that you play, the more likely it is that you're going to be focused and that you're going to play your best games. So, if you, you know, play 10 games in a day, you know, just straight the whole way through, you're going to get distracted. You're probably going to get tilted off of one or two of those games. You're going to get tired. You're just going to lose focus one way or another after playing a lot of games. So those games on the back end are probably not going to be as successful as the games on the front end. For most people, it depends. But, you know, if you do want to play a lot of games, I recommend spacing it out over time. So playing, you know, 1 or 2 games and taking a break, you know, 15 minutes, just sort of reset, watch some funny cat videos, get you some more coffee or whatever, and then just come back in. Because it can be very, like, mentally draining to play the best game you can possibly play, right? To focus on every single thing you can possibly be doing, and to try to maximize that every game takes a lot of attention, it takes a lot of focus. And so that can be very tiring if you're really trying to do that, if you're trying to go hard with that. So, so it's a double-edged sword. Yes, you do need to play a lot of games if you're wanting to make very large moves in a season, just because statistically you have to. But if playing a ton of games is going to give you a 50% win rate because you're mentally tired and you're not playing your best games half the time, versus, and then you're not going to go anywhere, versus if you can play fewer games and get a 55 to 60% win rate, then that might ultimately be better for you. It just depends on each person's going to be a bit different. Some people can just focus a lot more for longer. Certain champions don't require as much focus. This is why I'll always talk about trying to play very consistent champions. Champions that don't have a huge mechanical tax to them, where you have to like hard focus on your like mechanics as Riven or Yasuo or whatever. I mean, it's fun to play those, but that, you know, that adds extra mental work that you have to constantly be doing. And champions where, you know, you can win from behind too, or you can just win if you autopilot some games and don't play your best just because they're really strong champions, or they're very easy to execute, right? Like someone like Senna is just not very mentally taxing, and if you fall behind early, then you're able to come back because of the plus healing and shielding and how that scales. So just champions that scale well, champions with relatively low mechanics that are very consistent, can play well from ahead, can play well from behind, can just play well in a variety of situations. Is good if your teammates aren't having a great game. It's also good if you're not having a great game, right? If you're mentally tired or tilted or just for whatever reason not having a good game. So that's my thought. It's not a simple answer on whether more games helps you win or not. But I think the common wisdom is that more is better, and I think it's a lot more complicated than that.
But this time I get to be the Yeti.
I mean, the main thing to focus on rather than trying to min-max, you know, well, I should play 5 games a day instead of 6, or, you know, I should play 7 games a day instead of 6 or whatever. Like, I think just focus on just trying to play the best game that you can play every game. And if you feel like you're consistently not doing that, then take a break. If you just have 1 or 2 games where you're like, man, I just really screwed up those games.
You become invisible. I'll always be ready.
Really?
I didn't think you were dead.
Minions have
I can see you
spawned.
breathing.
Really? Okay. Guess that's how it is.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, I go in and, like, delete somebody, hit them all with my aura for the extra damage.
Creature great.
Alright, well, I guess that was bad.
A terrible monster. Its own
I guess nobody was down for it.
Whoa, that guy sounds cool. Beat up a bunch of tiny goofers, then you can fight the
He's
boss.
gonna... God, fuck this guy. Alright, we got him. Alright. I'll have to look at the rest of it here in a second.
First, we gotta see.
I mean, I thought that was the go signal. I probably could have just run out, honestly. Because Blitz didn't have his hook back. I thought we would go in off of that, off of me, like, getting a 4-man root.
Battle is the song I came to sing.
But I could have just gone in and snowballed him and run away, probably. With Phase Rush. Hold on, I'll have to move the chat over here in a second. It was not worth in the long run. I thought we were gonna go, but I just read it wrong, I guess. Maybe I was overestimating. Wukong was low.
Steps on the rhythm.
Really? How the hell was he up there so fast? He probably just got a better leash, I guess. I don't know. It's dangerous. I don't have flash either.
This thing keeps getting more expensive. Someone out there needs our help.
So you know what? I'm gonna see if I can come through here and gank this.
Watch out for his spears. He's tangled up in it.
Move the chat over here real quick. Alright.
I bet we could have fun over there.
Actually, you know what? Let's just go over here. I can path down towards bottom. Any ranged junglers that are worth playing? Asked Dylan. Sorry for the delay. I had the chat in a weird spot. Graves, I think, is still pretty good.
That's because he's snoring. But when we never leave the village if we don't get rid of the drug. He's scared to step on him.
Graves is pretty good. It's tough. I still tend to think that mostly tank junglers are where you want to be. That's kind of what I always think. Or something like Kha'Zix or Rengar, like some one-trick assassin junglers. I'm trying to think of anything else like range that's good. Graves was like really hot for a while. He got nerfed, but he's still like pretty good, I think.
It's cold. I'm glad you're here, Willem. Oh, one too many syllables. I can't pronounce your real name. Well, you can't say Nunu either.
Get him.
Pudding dead is still Lift me higher, Willem, so I can punch it in the nose. Are we there, Yeti? Get it?
Ally has been slain.
You're laughing on the inside, huh?
Damn it. Does he glow at all? No, he's full health. Oh shit, I ran right into the wall. That was bad. Alright. Does she have TP? Yeah, she does have TP. Okay.
A snowball is never just a snowball. If you believe in magic.
misclick some stuff in there, but we got him anyways.
11-7 and 1, 11-7 and 2. Think Rob's actually a princess? I'm not kissing her.
Willem's like, kiss her. Pretty funny.
Gotta find out what happens next. Or I can never
Kane's
finish the
hiding from me.
song.
I was gonna gank middle, but
Can't be heroes without a
he
song.
keeps like holding back more. He's scared of me now. I've almost got enough for, well, I guess we need to get Cinderhold first.
Philip knows the way. He knows lots.
Might be able to gank top here. Malphite can just ult away though.
Let's get in there and
I
thwart some
think
stuff.
Hecarim was bottom. Let's see if we can get this real quick. Then gank top or middle.
An enemy has been slain.
Guess we'll go with Proto. Most people are going Proto here.
I missed you too, Willem.
I gave a big shutdown there, which is not great. Malphite's ult's down too. I don't know. Maybe I could have gone there, but the... I don't know. Maybe... Okay. I don't have Arrow or Leona ult for a moment here. Make sure they don't dive. Get dove. Okay. I didn't see how low they were. They're kind of low. See if Leona rolls up here.
Everyone knows heroes are brave. And they can that.
Your team has destroyed the turret.
I've never seen a snow dragon.
Still murdering this Hecarim. Like 2 levels up on him. Still, I've had so many ganks too.
Swords. Cool.
even though we had a really bad early game.
Killing spree. Enemy killing spree.
Not blood, right?
Turret plating will soon fall.
I'm not gonna be able to make it around this corner, I don't think. Oh, no, not quite.
There's nothing to it but to do it.
What's up, TX Maverick? Good to see you, buddy.
The adventure continues.
I think she sees him on a ward. They might see me going for this on a ward too, but he's not moving.
No one can tell us not to. Already broke the rules with the super mega fun.
One more. Damn it.
Slow down, Will. You're gonna cause an avalanche. Before I
Well, I died, but we're gonna massacre them. They used everything on me. I was trying to flash and then ult. Well, we won our first game. The games are going well. The internet connection was not going so well earlier, but
Your team
it seems to be
has
picking up
destroyed a
now.
turret. Shut down.
happily ever after all.
Okay.
The dragon's maw opens wide, and fire blooms deep down inside.
And Dragon's up in 30.
Raw flash of teeth, and maybe I'll tell you what happened next. Rumble, tumble, and crumble.
He's dead, I think. He's dead. Just back up, dude. He's gone. He goofed. We're gonna try to 4v5 this? She gets a good arrow. Or if that happens. There we go. That time I got my old dodge with the shield.
Oh, it's sad sometimes for him. That's how you know when you're happy. You can't give up if you're standing on a Yeti. That's as up as it gets.
The extra CDR is quite nice, actually, early on for a lot of these things. On the proto belt, the 10% CDR, I can definitely tell on my Q.
Why are there never any snow dragons? Oh yeah, he can make one. You know what would be fun, Willem? Everything, if you're there with me. Last one there's a stingy old Yeti. Fine, that will do.
Enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Make way for the Yeti.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Killing spree.
I just had to roll out of that because I was pretty low on health.
Go Team Yeti.
Team has destroyed a turret. Shut down. Shut down.
Okay, Rift is no longer available. Would have been nice if we got Rift, but, you know, I'll take it.
Ice wind, spray of soul, lay of seekers, the elder toll. Locked for eons, a frozen key. Power lies inside me.
Jesus, that's so fast.
If you could do anything, Willem, what would you do? Scratch behind your ears? What kind of
No one has TP. No one's really coming over here. Come on, bro.
I don't want to hurt you. That's why we didn't go.
Let's go.
Sometimes the world's more interesting when you close your eyes. Whoa, of course.
Nunu don't play around.
The bad guys.
Let's not do it if they have vision. We can clear out all their vision though. Yeah, this build's pretty good. This build's pretty good.
Join the fight.
The proto with like the mega speed.
Darkest night.
Why didn't he ult out? I guess he thought he was gonna kill me. I don't know. Up top a little bit ago. I think we can probably just win here, honestly. I mean, even if they interrupt you while you're charging Nunu's ult, I think people forget that. You still deal a lot of damage. It's based on a percentage of how long you've tried it. Warmogs and Frozen Heart have no synergy. Maybe Warmogs at a certain point, but Frozen Heart virtually never. Like, if it doesn't have HP on it or AP, it's probably a bad item on Nunu. There are some exceptions, but he just has such great scaling with both of those stats, and you can find both of those stats on a lot of items. That you really don't want to do it. I've tried, like, Frozen Heart seems like an item that should be really good, but the problem is, like, the mana is wasted pretty much on, because, like, your mana costs are really low, and you have the jungle item which refills your mana by quite a lot. So it's like, yeah, the armor's good, but, and like the effect is good, like slowing attack speed by a lot is good, but you're better off just getting something like, if you want an armor item, like Dead Man's or Thornmail or Randuin's, because they all have health on it. And Warmogs is like, against very heavy poke comps, maybe. I mean, it does give a lot of health, which is nice. So, like, maybe as, like, a 4th or a 5th item, if they have, like, if they're really heavily stacked with, like, AP damage, for example, and you just don't need a lot of armor, maybe, but there's almost always something I'd rather get. No, he isn't. He's better with health, because he has health scaling. First of all, you have Cinderhulk, which scales with health, but then second of all, your Q consume scales with health, and I'm pretty sure your ult does as well. No, you want not some health, you want a lot of health. Anytime you're getting Cinderhulk, you are budgeting towards a lot of health. With a lot of champions, you are, or you should be. So like those items are just like super niche, and they're just not that great most of the time. Like Frozen Heart, I've tried Frozen Heart on something like a Rakan instead of like Zeke's. It feels like an item that should be really good, but it's just like it's got too much mana on it. If they would just reduce the cost by like 200 and just take off like 300 mana. Well, he's had health scaling forever. What they changed was they gave him extra AP scaling. They gave him AP scaling on his ult. No, he didn't. I mean, not in my, like, memory at all. He's always been a health tank. He does heal up, but, like, he's always had the health scaling on his ult and his Q, at least for many, many seasons. And it's just the only thing they changed about it was AP. They made AP more attractive on him. Yeah, I mean, it's better not to think about specific stats in isolation. Like, you know, we talk about this all the time when you're asking me about, like, alternative items on things. You want to think about, like, completed items, their synergy with the champion, and their synergy with other items, rather than just, like, in the abstract, is health better, is armor better, you know, stuff like that. You want to think about what are some synergies this champion has with different items. So for example, Dead Man's Plate is extremely good. Yeah, but Locket used to have health on it back when he got Locket. Everybody got Locket because it used to be called Bulwark and it had health on it. And there are a bunch of other items that just didn't exist in the game back then too. But like Dead Man's Plate, for example, is really good on Nunu because you get the extra movement speed, which is really strong with your snowball. So that's why Dead Man's is very common on Nunu. And in a lot of junglers, tanky junglers want Dead Man's because speed means more gold. Because the faster you can go through and clear your camps, the faster you can gank. So speed is super, super important for junglers because there's so many different things they could be doing on the map at any given time. And speed really unlocks that capability. So that's why Dead Man's is a very common like jungler tank item. And especially on Nunu, it's good. Okay, so they're all AD except for Zyra so far. They still need an AD carry. Could be Yasuo bottom. I mean, I kind of wanted to do Rakan, but... I mean, I guess I could still do Rakan. Whatever, let's do Rakan. I guess we'll stick with this. Okay. But yeah, so on Nunu, you know, the most common... Nunu does have a lot of different items you can get. The most common build right now that's very successful in high-low is Center Hulk into Proto Belt. Proto Belt is just, like, it's a cheap item. It's 2,500 gold. It gives you AP, and it gives you health, and it has a really good active. That gives you a lot of extra bursts so you can snowball harder if you're ahead early, and it gives you some lane wave clear so you can clear waves and go do other things. So it's just like an all-around really powerful item. And CDR is very good on him too, because a lot of times you'll see several times per game I'm waiting on a snowball. I'm waiting on my W to come back up before I make a move. And so the CDR does help you out with that. And then after that, it's kind of up in the air. It sort of depends on what's going on. I think Dead Man's is still really common. Like I said before, Spirit Visage is very nice because you do have your Q heals you for quite a bit. Adaptive Helm can be good against stuff that, you know, does a lot of repeated magic damage. And that applies to autos too. People... Someone was pinging me for getting Adaptive Helm against Kayn the other day when he had a Wits End and Adaptive Helm. It applies to Wits End, and it applies to half of Kayn's auto attacks as well. Because they deal half magic damage. And it applies to, like, quirky autos and stuff like that. And then other less common items that I think can be really good on him. I think, like, Knight's Vow is another really cheap item that's very efficient on a lot of tanks. Increases your healing a lot. Great combo with Spirit Visage because the healing off of Knight's Vow would get amplified by Spirit Visage as well. So Knight's Vow is very good if you have an Enchanter support who's not going to get it. You can get one of those. I think Leandri's is very good if you're like mega fed and you just need to do a lot more damage. I think Leandri's can be pretty good. Phase Rush is being taken by a lot of junglers. The movement speed is very, very good. Like I was just talking about Dead Man's movement speed so you can rotate around the map. It's just like in combat with a lot of these melee junglers, they can be kited out by different things. So like good examples of like why Phase Rush is good on Nunu is you can roll up and try to take an objective, for example. Like you can go up, I've done this in several games where you can just like steal dragon, just like flash in, you know, Q smite, steal the dragon, you get the extra movement speed from Nimbus Cloak, and then you just hit them with 3 snowballs while you're running away and it triggers Phase Rush, and you're running like 700 movement speed out of there while they're slowed. You can run people down, so even if they flash, like you snowball them, you hit them with 1 E, and then they flash, and you hit them with another E, you get the bonus movement speed, so you can run up and get the root. Because a lot of times what it comes down to with Nunu on ganks is, do you hit them with that root off of your E or not? So you hit them with the snowball, and then do you hit them with the 3 follow-up E's, and then get the root. Usually if you get the root, they're dead. So and it allows you to run away. Like if they invade you, this happened, I think it might have been the first game today, where I got invaded by Lee Sin, and I just hit him with 3 procs of the E and just ran away, and he didn't kill me in my jungle. So it's just like, it's really good defensively and offensively. And you already really want celerity and water walking for the movement speed, so you already have 2 points effectively in that tree, even if you take it as a secondary. And Nimbus Cloak is still really good. They did nerf it a bit, but it still seems to be pretty strong. It's probably not worth the autos there. Jeez. So yeah, that's why. Graves was even taking it for a little while there. Olaf, Trundle, everybody's been taking Phase Rush just because the movement speed's so strong. Yeah, you just have so much movement speed. Someone asked, do I might have a Senna guide. I'll have to look and see. I don't think I have an in-depth Senna guide. I've talked about her before. I probably had a preview of her. She was really hard to understand when I did the preview. I talk about her a lot on the channel, though. I haven't seen Duck in a while. I don't know, maybe he's still here or not. I think he was a little frustrated last time we were here because he was trying to tell me for the 50 millionth time that, you know, that I don't understand how, damn it, what's the name of that rune? Grasp of the Undying Senna works. And I've explained it like 50 times anyways, and then someone in the chat said something to the effect to just ignore Duck and you'll be doing the right thing or something like that. And he may have been frustrated. I don't know, he may have been busy, but either way, I've debated this several times or talked about the perks several times with Senna. So there are 2 main builds right now that people go that are possible. So the most common one, and this is what a lot of like pro people do, is, and this is the one that I recommend for most people, is Glacial Augment. The reason that you go Glacial Augment is that your Q, whenever you Q through a bunch of minions like that, it applies that slow to everybody, and you don't have to have any extra items to get that slow. And there are lots of other good things in that tree that synergize with her. So like you can get free boots, you can get biscuits, you can get either Cosmic Insight or why would you walk into that, bro?
Good job.
I mean, Yi would have cleaned that up, but whatever. So like it's already a pretty good secondary tree, and it's just a nice standard rune build. You can harass. It's got great utility later, but the big thing is like that allows you to go lethality because you have a slow. You can spend your early money on an Umbral Glaive. Now I'm talking about like Senna support. Senna ADC is a bit different. You don't see that as often, but with Senna support, you get to use Umbral Glaive, which is a really, really powerful support item for 2,400 gold. Gives you a ton of extra vision control early, which is really important with Senna because you want to be pushing in, harassing them, taking tower plates and all that. Like, that's her best phase of the game, I think, is usually the early game because she has such great harassment potential. So you want to be pushing in, you want to be applying pressure, and that means that you're going to be vulnerable to ganks if you don't have good vision control. So you need to try to lock out their vision with Umbral Glaive, which helps out a lot, and then get yourself, you know, some vision out there as well. And Umbral Glaive is, you know, super cheap, comes online, gives you CDR, gives you lethality, gives you AD. It's just a really, really strong AD item for supports. And then you have a lot of flexibility after that. You know, you can go Edge of Night, which helps you out in a lot of her worst matchups, those hard engage champs, the Nautilus, the Blitzcrank, that type of stuff, the Leona. Edge of Night helps you out a lot there in the mid game. You can also take stuff like Ghostblade to help run people down. So you just have the flexibility, like you have the option of, you know, opting into a lethality build, which is cheap, effective items, many of which have good utility. Okay, so that's the Glacial Augment build, that's the thought process there. The other build that some people do that was popular for a while, is the Grasp of the Undying build. Now, with this build, you do extra damage and you heal yourself, so you kind of double down on the early game harassment, which is what she already does well, so that's good. You know, you're just kind of really doubling down on that early harassment. But you don't have a slow in your kit, so you lose a lot of utility. So what people will do is they'll rush Frozen Mallet. They'll rush Frozen Mallet with that build, which is like 3,100 gold. So you get really good harassment, but I would argue that your itemization is much worse in the mid to late game, because, you know, instead of paying 2,400 gold for Umbral, which has a lot of utility to it, then all of a sudden you're paying, all of a sudden you're paying 3,100 for something you could get virtually for free off of a rune. Now, it's not like you're not getting anything for the 3,100 other than the slow. It does have some AD on it. It does have some AP. Okay, they should be dead off his head, I'm pretty sure. Don't die, Vayne. Just don't die. Don't die, Vayne. Don't die! Literally all she had to do was not die. There's no way that Senna survives right there. So you do get a lot of extra harassment, you do extra damage, you heal a little bit. Now remember, you only get 40% benefit because she's ranged, so you don't get the full amount off of Grasp. But if you stay in combat, if you can reliably, you know, harass and get a lot of value out of it, get early plates, your ADC goes up 30 CS, you just completely shut them down in the laning phase, that can be a really good rune. But in the early game, the problem is, or like in lower elos, I should say, well, I don't want to be like derogatory or whatever. Let's just say under diamond, most of the time, you can't really count on your ADC to be on board with that, right? Like even if they pick something really strong like a Caitlyn, they may just not harass enough in the laning phase, and so you're really like hoping that your ADC actually does something in the early game. And even in Diamond, you know, you can't really count on your ADC harassing, so it's just, to me, it's an all-in build. I personally don't like it as much. I think it would be a lot better in, like, Challenger, but even a lot of the Challengers are still going Glacial Augment instead, just because it's a lot more consistent. So much of support in many champs in League of Legends comes down to the efficiency of their items. No. We might get dope here. So, and then after you get Glacial Augment, then you have to get, or not Glacial Augment, Frozen Mallet, and then usually you get Black Cleaver. And it's like, that's all good, but those are both like 3,000 gold items, you know? And the thought, you know, some people are just like, oh, well, it makes you tanky. It's like, well, Maybe. In some circumstances, yes, you do have extra HP, but the problem is you don't have any resistances, you don't have any natural survivability, so you're probably gonna die anyways to a lot of really fed stuff if you get caught out. In a team fight, if you get hit by stuff, you are more likely to survive. You get hit by some stuff, but never isolated, so it does make you a little tankier, it does give you some early game harassment. Quite a lot of extra early game harassment. I just feel like, in my mind, it's just risky. So that's my take on Senna. So it's like, she can be good if you want to hard dominate, especially with stuff like Caitlyn or Ashe or some of these other champs, but I just very heavily prefer the Glacial Autumn. So, you know, I understand the other side of it. It can work. Top-end players have shifted back away from that, back towards Glacial, at least the last time I checked. That doesn't mean that they're always right in every situation, obviously, but that's just my reasoning. I prefer it. A lot of high-end players seem to prefer it, but there are still situations where Grasp can work. It's just risky, and I tend to be a very risk-averse player. I would rather play something that's really consistent most of the time. Anytime I try to play really risky stuff, I feel like I get punished. Like the Ziggs. I had fun with it. It was great. But you know what? Our first day we played it, it was... You know, we did really well with it, but then the next day, you know, we went like basically 3-1 or 4-1 the first day, and the second day we went like 1-4 because it's a super early aggression harassment build that can work. But your ADC has to be on board. We had a bunch of turkey ADCs. And your team, like, it's really bad when you're behind. It's the same reason I don't often play things like Leona. It's like, it can work, but I'd rather play something that's just a little safer and a little more consistent and versatile, regardless of if your team's winning or losing. That's my playstyle, though. But...
This looks like another dangerous situation.
Jesus. What is going on up there? Oh my god, he's 8-3? They're gonna get this dragon too.
An enemy is unstoppable.
Humans will never understand our kind until they hear the song.
Damn, we're giving him a free tower bottom too.
I have got to. Damn it, Zaya, where are you?
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
There's wildness in these and the flowers.
Seriously? I guess Urgot's spooky. Okay, well hopefully, I mean, we do have a Yi and a Jax. Eventually they should be able to do well down here.
Has been slain.
Magic is supposed to be safe.
Oh god, please, dude. It's gonna be a multi-kill. Do you not even have his ult?
Chronic line step.
Boys, like, he's fed as F, dude. Like, you can't be rolling up on him like that. That's what's always kind of tough with some of these games is like,
Gotta get myself tight. Okay. 1, 2.
you feel like you're doing really well. This Zed's like, yeah, man, I'm murdering everybody, right? Because he's got 7 kills, and then it's like, oh, wait.
Has been destroyed.
The guy I just tried to go against has 11 kills, and naturally counters my champion. So yeah, that's my take on Senna. my most recent take. I don't remember if I have an individual guide or not. I mean, she's a very dynamic champion, so people are, she's very meta dependent based on which kind of build she wants to get. ADC Senna's even go mana immune early on, which actually kind of was doing well on her for a while and sort of made sense with lethality, but Vayne still doesn't have a Blazer and King yet. It feels bad. Really? He flashed for that? Come on, dude. I was gonna give it to him. We have like no wave clear.
When I get sad, if I stop being sad, you don't do that.
Pin him? God, Vayne really needed to pin him into the wall. If Vayne pinned him, then I could have knocked him up and we probably could have killed him. But Vayne did not condemn. I mean, this is kind of what happens when you have all short range champs and no wave clear. And you get behind. I think we can still win in theory. We're just gonna have to avoid Urgot. I legit forgot they even had a Kane. Why are you fighting Urgot? Kill the Kane!
Double kill.
Huh. Yeah. Hey. $15. I'll play a Leona game. I mean, I do play her sometimes. I don't know if I own her on this account. I mean, there are good matchups for her. I just choose, I mean, it's not like she has a 0% win rate. I just choose to play other things that are also good. I was kind of waiting on him to ult there. Well, it is kind of looking bleak, but we do get a lot of farm that they're not going to get. So if they don't like get Baron here in the next couple of minutes, Jax, please, anybody. Jax had to go. Like, we had to layer the stun with my W. I didn't have ult at the start of that, but I assume they're probably on Baron.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
He did generously give us like 700 or 800 gold shutdown, though. Zyra is annoying. I thought we actually did pretty well in the laning phase, though. I didn't see how far behind we are. I mean, we're up like 30 CS right now. 20 CS. So, and we got their tower. I mean, I thought we actually did really well in the laning phase. It's just this Urgot's like a huge problem. No, they're not doing Baron. See, like, all of their minions are coming in, killing our minions, so they're being starved out of many, many minion waves right now. I'm gonna try to beef up our boys here. With an Ardent. So if they don't get Baron and, like, really start closing out this game, if we can make it another, like, 5 minutes or something, we might be able to come back in. I mean, we do have really high scaling. Everyone else on their team is worthless, other than Urgot, honestly. The Kane's alright, but everyone else is pretty in a pretty rough spot. What the fuck? Kill the damn Urgot, dude! Zed's like, don't worry, bros. I got Zyra. Does he have Q? He didn't even have QSS. He has heal? How? Did she not have an opportunity to, like, condemn him against the tower or wall or something? I don't. Trade boss. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, we just, like, weren't layering our CC. I mean, yeah, he's really fed and really tanky, but I mean, that should have been 4 people. Like, the Zyra did a lot of damage there, too. And then Zed just went after Zyra. I'm like, dude, put aside your instinct to go for the squishy backline. That's correct most of the time as Zed, but, like, we're co-bred Urgot. Everything on Urgot. He's worth, like, 3 kills. I mean, let me see what happened there. Like, how did we not convert that last kill? I mean, I thought that was a go time. I mean, maybe not. It looked like that's our best chance. Literally, it's 4v. Vayne ulted early. It should be 4v2 here. Okay. Vayne's just pretty much wasted all of her ult. Okay, we're going. Knock up, ignite, pin him into this wall right here. Why don't you pin him into the wall? Both of them are running for Zyra. Look at this. They're both just run straight past Urgot going for the Zyra. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? That might have been a little early. Might have been like 1 or 2 seconds early. I mean, I could have, so maybe I charm Urgot and then W over and get the Zyra before she ults or something, like flash on the Zyra and knock her up. I don't know. I was trying to get the maximum amount of CC possible on the Urgot. But, like, the Zed and the Yi both literally ran straight past the Urgot. I think if both of them focused him, I think that we could have killed him. Yo, what up?
What up?
Oh, you know. Just hanging out with the internet down for an hour.
Yes, sir.
It did
I lost
look
2
like
games, so
my my zip code was the internet was down here based on the app, so I don't know what was going on.
gotcha. Here.
Alright, here we go.
Sorry, big kitty.
Oh, is she trying to sleep?
Actually, I ran over her when I was in my chair, and I heard a big. It's like shit.
Well, I was gonna be like, why'd you run over the cat?
No. Oh man. This game's so hard.
It's a challenging game.
It is a challenging game. When's your semester start?
Next week.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna be nuts. Yeah, it's next, not this Thursday, but next. So, like, 9 days or so from now.
Wonder how long it's gonna take before they shut all the schools
Will
down.
they shut them down?
Yeah.
I mean, we could do a prop bet. What do you think on stream? How long? I mean, it depends on where it is.
Yeah, I guess so. That yeah.
East Tennessee universities. I mean, all of them are different, I guess, but how long do y'all think? You think they'll be able to make it the whole semester with face-to-face, or do you think they're going online at some point? I'm gonna say,
Come here.
when is fall break? I think fall break is like September something. Right after, like, right when they're about to
Yeah.
go on fall break, I think they call it right there and just tell them don't come back.
Don't come back.
That's basically what they did with spring break last year. Is they wait,
Right.
like when they went on spring break, while they were on spring break, they basically just said don't come back because everybody had gone home, they'd gone everywhere else, you know, all over, and so it was much more likely that there was going to be a much bigger spread when they arrived back. So I think I'll say fall break. They already made it to where students don't come back. I guess they have to come back for finals. A lot of teachers, I think, I don't have finals in my class. There's a final essay, but I think a lot of them are doing online finals anyways, and they made it to where you don't have to go back to class after Thanksgiving, which they should just keep that anyways, because no one wants to go back to school after Thanksgiving. Everyone's been home, they see their family and hanging out. Just let them stay home, man. Just start earlier.
I like it.
But they didn't even start earlier, as far as I can tell. Like, usually they start class back around August 20th, and this semester it's still around August 20th. It's August 19th. And,
Right.
They're just taking off a week, I guess. So, which is probably fine. I mean, the one place where I'm teaching right now, where I have the most classes, has one too many units, and they, like, I don't know if there's something in their bylaws, they just can't get rid of one of these units, but they've tried to shorten it down so much, and I just feel like in that super shortened form, it's just kind of a waste of time. But I don't know. Like, the progression is, they did that last semester was a train wreck, because they added even one more onto it. I think that 3 papers in like a normal like English class, I think that's a good number. I think 3 is a good number. Then you have about 1 month on each one of them that you can work on, and like the last one is the big one. I think that's a good number. But once the election, explosion of COVID, anyone touch themselves at night? Oh God, we got a middle school edgelord.
Yep. Icky.
Nocturne. Damn it, I'm gonna get invaded by Shaco too, probably. I really want to play Ivern. I'm tired of winning with Nunu. It's just too easy. I'm sure you're tired of it too. You're like, damn it, I don't want to win.
No. Let's just drop all the way back down to Iron.
It's more
Shit
fun
never
that way.
reached. Yeah.
Anivia is actually really obnoxious for Nunu. She's one of the like the low key like pretty hard counters. But yeah, so they have them usually do a like what is rhetoric, what is persuasion, and then like their second one is the really weird one. They make us go into like shit, I can't even remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up in the book. It's like this really obnoxious stasis theory. I've taught this for like 2 or 3 years now, and I can't even remember the name of it. That's how like kind of worthless it is. I mean, the idea behind it is good. Like, it's basically the premise is think about where arguments are breaking down, why people aren't able to convince other people. Like, what is the nature of their disagreement, and how can you possibly try to reconcile that? Like, how can you meet them halfway? How can you negotiate their definitions on certain things or whatever? So that makes sense, because it's like, okay, if we're, you know, for instance, one of them, you know, if the argument's breaking down because we can't agree on what climate change actually is or something like that, or we can't like agree on, you know, what is the nature of like gun violence? Is it the guns? Is it people? Is it culture? You know, all of that stuff. It helps you identify like what parts of the disagreement you need to work on. So it's a cool idea, and you think, you know, in that unit also about discourse conventions, discourse communities, which are basically just like what are the standards of conversation about that topic. You know, and you can think about this in terms of like genres with movies is really helpful, right? So it's like, okay, what are the conventions of horror, right? There's going to be something spooky, some people are probably going to die, a lot of times there's a negative ending. Hey, thanks Nagarake, hopefully your day gets a little better. Or like comedies, right? It's like, okay, it's going to be funny, there's going to be some kind of misunderstanding, there's some kind of romance in there usually a happy ending. And so that gives people kind of like some expectations for what's going to happen if they go watch a comedy or a horror movie. And so, like, it's got useful skills in there, but it's just like the stasis theory itself, and they just make it very convoluted. And I don't know, it just confuses the hell out of students, and it's just bad. So they're trying to like work that out of the conversation, but yeah, take that box.
Keep your eyes open for treasure, like skulls or rusty swords. Cool.
Alright,
Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm not mid.
that's fine. Y'all can just go.
Oh, no, I'll help you.
I can just smite, it's fine. Yeah, you just drop me a spell or something, it's fine. I don't want you to lose
Get you some
experience in lane.
autos.
Yeah, it's cool, you can just go to lane, it's fine.
Alright,
I'll just smite, it's not a big deal. We disrupted Shaco a little bit.
Let's check out some
But yeah, so overall, it's pretty solid. I am gonna have to rethink the last unit though, because
What
it's
the
First blood.
fuck? Holy shit.
I used to do team presentations for that, but that's probably not gonna fly, because that's at the very end of the semester. I don't think we're gonna make it to November in person. Maybe we do, but I like the team presentations, but some of that also was like getting interviews, like in-person interviews, and learning how to like video edit and stuff like that, and it's also going to be difficult to do. So
there's nothing to it but
I also really like doing in-person conferences, one-on-one conferences with students for each paper. I think it takes a lot of time, but I think a lot of students really like that, but might have to substitute that with like Zoom conferences, which not as cool.
everyone knows heroes are brave, and they did stuff.
Okay, Shaco's right there.
I'm Bruce. No, that.
Guess I'm gonna be late for that scuttle. Actually, I'm not. If he just tries to gank Syndra and goes bottom. Okay, he's going for that scuttle. Okay, sweet. I get the uncontested scuttle top. How many camps? Okay, so he's already 2 camps behind me. So what didn't he do?
Go team.
I'm gonna say he didn't do his raptors. So I can probably get his rap. Oh my god, really? I got juked by the scuttle. I'm only chomping it early because, like I know that he's on the bottom side, and I just wanted to do extra damage while it was stunned.
For the Yeti!
Well, he might die. I didn't see that going on down there.
Before we can save the world, first we gotta
Okay, so he didn't even get that scuttle. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do the one-on-one zones, but we're I was doing Discord last time. It doesn't have the video, or it's not as intuitive how to do the video on Discord for students, I think, as Zoom is. Zoom is more like sanctioned by the university too, so
The power lies inside me!
I think I may have started this too early. I'm not sure with these runes. Maybe I get there fast enough. No, it's way too early. You gotta wait until the base tower. Not focusing up. Hoping Anivia maybe use her wall. She's gonna be really hard to gank. I can smite that, so maybe I can gank Quantum faster.
That's how you know when you're happy.
These are so annoying to kill without bombies. I'm gonna go ahead and ward
Off like a dirty tuna.
Dragon. I assume he
Like
has
one of the others used to say.
he took Scuttle.
It's alright.
Yeah. So I maybe could have turned that around middle if I noticed that a little bit better.
Playing dead is still playing, right?
Shaco's on bottom side.
I bet if we stayed
I don't know what
really
he
still,
was kind of low,
become
but
invisible. I'm gonna play on songs so loud these
yeah, you just gotta get used to it. I mean, Nunu is, I mean, I think he's super strong, but you gotta get used to the snowball mechanic. He drifting around stuff. Check the runes out that I use too. I think these phase rush runes are actually really good. That's what a lot of top hit Nunus are doing. I was a little skeptical about it because I did like Aftershock so much, but
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
damn, Apocalypse just happened.
Oh man, I gotta play a lot more safe. This Jin just does not do anything.
We told the tales
I'll,
of Iron
I'll see if I can come
Sword.
down there.
We cowered at the thunder's roar. If you sail, the sisters seek.
Shaco's probably bot side looking for hopefully they don't do dragon. They might do dragon off of that. It could be on our red.
Brambleback, it was you all along. Well, evil deeds end here. Keep playing, Willem. No one can tell us not to. Already broke the rules with the super mega fight.
Yeah, I think phase rush is the way to go. Yeah, I mean a lot of it is just getting those ganks, like get the rift scuttles and then get the ganks like while rift's up. You get so much extra movement speed because when you start on the scuttle, once you start your snowball, any movement speed modifiers that you have apply throughout the entire snowball. So if you start on rift scuttle, you get that same bonus to movement speed for the entire snowball. So it's like super fast if you can gank around rift scuttles that you've captured. So that helps out a lot. Bottom's kind of got some wards. I need to try to get dragon, but
Standing on a Yeti.
I have no clue where Shaco is. I don't know the ward situation. They've had control of the river bot side for a little bit. He most likely got that scuttle also. So I might try to make a play for Rift here. And then we can maybe gank middle and Rift. There's There's really no reason for him to be in this river unless he's ganking.
You're laughing on the inside, huh? How many words do Yetis have to snow? And for Clark? I knew it!
Enemy killing spree.
Gotta find out what happens next! Or I can never finish my song!
Enemy double kill.
Can't be heroes without a song.
Alright.
That's the princess.
I assumed she didn't have flash there because she didn't flash the wall when I was rolling up. So that's why I flashed on her.
If you could do anything else,
Also, she died like 2 or 3 minutes ago, so I assume she probably
here.
used her flash when she died. Give Shaco a little bit of time to go out of bot side. Now we can maybe get Rift. He doesn't have this warded. Hopefully he doesn't. Garen's over here kind of shielding for me too.
Drag.
I don't know if I'm able to get him or not. Okay, I'll hold on to it. Thought about just Rift in there, but we'll see if we can get a good gank on him here in a second.
Slow down, Mom! You're gonna cause an avalanche! Before I can!
Barriers exist to be
Why
broken.
it's so hard to be a hero? These bad guys aren't gonna prove themselves.
Our bond preserves. Double kill.
Oh,
Nice.
one too many snakes.
An ally has been slain. Enemy is godlike.
See how low she was.
She's very low.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Sammy?
Rumble and, rumble! Well, not rumble.
I need to.
I eat raw cheese for breakfast. Who prefers frogs?
Please. Oh my god. How did he. What knocked me back? I don't understand what knocked me back there. Shaco? Did I get boxed or something?
Turret plating will soon fall. An enemy has been slain.
Or did she knock him back or something? She knocked him back. Is that what it was? Did she knock him back with her thing to safety? I'm not sure how he got out of that because it looks like he should have been dead. I think she knocked him back out of my route, right? Is that what happened? Someone was displaced out of my route. Either I got knocked back or he got knocked back out of it. God, I'm murdering the Shaco. I'm up like 50 CS on him, 40. But we got topside turret. That's good.
We are getting murdered bot lane.
Yeah, it's tough to gank that because y'all are so far behind. I did get one gank earlier, but alright. So it's pretty much all AD except for, well.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I guess they do have a pretty good mix. But Callista's gonna be really hard to
The witch
stick to
hissed as
also.
her spell was spun, and heroes raised their voices.
But Proto Belt does help also help you stick your E.
Their cries were tragic.
Hey, thanks Kendall, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Saga taught me that one. Heroes don't need it.
Let's see if I can gank her.
Okay, we're not looking now.
Uh-oh. Holy cow.
We're about to get flanked, I think. Okay, dragon's up.
My food's the melody.
And then Rift's up 14. Who got those? I don't remember who got the shutdown on,
You did.
I did. Well, Syndra got some of those, which is good. What? Oh my god. That thing just popped up and stopped me.
Last one there's a stinky old yeti. Fine. Magical
We got her
blue.
flash too, so it's like 20 minutes on flash. For the Callista. Not have that much healing. They do have some, but I think we still just go for
Creature Drake, a mountain god. A terrible monster. Its own past scars. In ruin, it rages, magic swirl, but its power once saved.
yeah, maybe I should have just gone straight over there. I don't
Whoa,
know.
that guy sounds cool.
Been slain.
Sometimes the world's more interesting than it with your eyes. I see. No, they have warts. How do you know they're bad guys?
Oh, that's great flank.
Oh.
Well, you and Garen are doing very well. This is tough.
good, man. Keeping it interesting. Add a little drama to the stream. I like it.
It's not that kind of drama I want to add.
Gods are gone, the world therefore. Now flames are gone, and words are torch. Against the cold, the song I sing, a spark
Callista
of
still
mine
has
own
that riff. We gotta keep
forging.
an eye on that.
Well, doesn't seem that much.
Definitely do not want to die where she's near middle.
The adventure continues!
See a player on you and Garen.
Is Nocturne bottom? I know he's bottom, but is he pushing more? They might go for Baron, which is Callista. Yeah, they're going for it.
This day keeps getting more bizarre-terrific!
I think they're slick. Oh, maybe they're not. Okay. Maybe they aren't.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Alright, we gotta go deal with this first. Where is that? Is that middle?
Middle.
No! A snowball is never just a snowball. Do you believe in that?
Alright, I got some gold. We're good.
We all good.
I hit my 0-7 power spike, so now I'm 2-7 now. So
There you go. Hey,
we're
Brand's
scaling.
Brand's a fairly consistent champion for AP because he does high percentage. So even if you're behind,
yeah.
oh, I got it perfect that time. Smite.
Oh please no. Phew.
This is just like in my favorite song. Only
Shut
this
down.
time, it's about us.
Good push though. Ooh, that was a good stop.
Just be careful. We definitely don't want to fight him here. Get
Yeah.
him down.
You know what would be fun, Willem? Everything! If you're there with me.
I think we'll get just a Thorn Mail here. Could I mean if I was gonna do Frozen Heart in any game, this would be a pretty good one. Say I have two different champs, but I think I'd still rather have Thorn Mail.
Hair, a web of danger, life ensnared.
Oh my gosh. evaporated.
I got a word for it.
Stay grouped up. This fucking Nunu right now.
That's right.
They only hurt people.
Oh, phase rush also makes you immune to slows, or like very, very resistant to slows. So you saw I just like ran right through the Nivea there. I might die here.
Got Shaco right there.
Always in the world. So it's up to kids to save it.
Alright, Garen's getting top, so that's good, I guess.
Team has destroyed a turret.
Okay.
I didn't realize y'all were re-engaging. I was trying to push middle.
Home is that way.
Try and ward Baron again.
Be careful with Shaco boxes and stuff. Here, I'll come help you in a little bit. They're definitely not doing it off Ballista, so. Nocturne can ult on you too.
Yes, that is true.
So it's fine. They're 100% not doing it right now, so.
My mom's out there somewhere. I can hear her, Willem.
Aaron doesn't have TP.
Probably need to go after the Callista.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Oh wow.
Has been slain.
Why are we all chasing Shaco instead of healing you? I don't...
Bruh. He dies, I think, right?
No.
Oh
no guarantee
my
again.
god. The slam dunk Q, baby.
How much damage? Shaco really didn't do that much to me. It's mostly Callista still. How'd she do magic damage? Oh, Gensu's. Very risky. No. Stop. Shaco's right there.
Got to fight him.
Oh my god, really? Shaco canceled the stupid animation.
Enemy double kill.
What were they?
You can't say Nunu either.
Be my shield.
I didn't want to hurt you.
Aced.
Oh god. The scuttle.
Let's check out the snow.
Oh my god. Baron, then I'm gonna back. Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay, I'm rolling out.
Alright. Jin, that's... Damn it, that's a bad spot.
Everyone knows who those are. They fix them really hard.
Okay, well, that'll stop him from doing Baron. Oh, the freaking boxes.
Go Team Yeti!
They're going pretty deep.
His soul was fierce, his breath was cold. Not blood, but ice. He would behold. To spill from wounds, the bites of steel.
Might be able to set up
Flesh
for
his
Baron.
hero's blade concealed. Being a hero is awesome!
I shouldn't have any wards through here, I don't think.
Ooh.
We got our flash.
Before we can save the world, first we've gotta see it.
Wasn't Nocturne nerfed? I mean, he was nerfed. He's still okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Nocturne's that OP. He's alright.
They just like nerfed like the mid game to where he.
Yeah, they
Like in
nerfed
the
his
mid
like
lane?
minion clear a little bit.
Yeah,
It's okay to be
that was
sad,
really good.
boy. That's how you know it's
Has destroyed the turret. An ally has been slain.
We're off like a dirty tunic. That's what one of the elders used to say. I wonder if he's alright.
Maybe didn't need to flash for that, but
Let's put the venture in adventure!
I'm gonna buy how much health? This is giving me 400 health. I mean, I could just get like
I
a
bet if we stayed really still,
Warmog. I could save up and get a Warmogs or something. Death cap.
I'll always see you, Willem.
So much gold.
I'm feeling the death cap.
I mean, she doesn't have any crits. I don't need randoms. Warmogs would be better.
We'll always win! We have something to fight for!
I don't need the extra
Not
whatever, you know.
princesses, Gross!
Spirit Massage also wouldn't be like the worst thing in the world.
An enemy has been
Oh wow.
Saw Nivea use her wall. Oh, there it is. What up, Big Bird?
Can we? Oh, we get this hit.
I think we might be able to end
You
it.
think we can end? Yeah, we might be able to end here.
I gotta get some kind of magic resist here, I think. Aaron's yellow queuing. Alright.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Okay. I think we sell that and just get a adaptive helm against Nivea probably. I mean, probably we might want to get mercs also. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell these.
The dragon's maw.
Yeah, I guess maybe we should have done it. Again, like Anivia does defend really well. Garen just,
And
I don't know. It was a safer play. I think you're right. Was just to get that second inhibitor roll out. I gotta bait the
So many wards.
Yeah, it's
holy
hard
crap.
to.
no one can tell us not to. Already broke the rules with a super mega punch.
Set is bot.
Who did he kill? Oh, he killed. Oh, Shaco's dead. Okay, yeah.
Actor might have ult.
It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Push that up a little bit.
An ally has been slain.
You can't give up standing on it.
My potential is
Get it? You're laughing on the inside, huh?
Damn it, I guessed the wrong way. That does affect my mana regen, actually. Like,
Have to snow. And for parts? I knew it.
so I do have to be a little careful about that.
has been slain.
Gotta find out what happens next.
I mean that's TP Garen? Oh, he doesn't have it, damn it.
Just end. I think we just end.
They thought they could kill a god?
I don't know. We don't have a wave. We don't have a wave. Just.
The enemies
Can you?
Yeah, they might be able to.
Okay. Syndra's not on board. I think we just get Soul down here.
shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Might be able to help them out.
Happily ever?
Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Fear the wrath of Senna.
Oh boy. Holy crap.
Okay. Well, their base should be getting beaten up pretty hard here. I mean, what else can I get? Can I sell Proto for something else? Sunfire Cape? Maybe I should have sold Cinder for Sunfire. Because they're similar, but Cinder does have armor on it.
Huge group.
It's really for a
think
lot
we
of
just-
wave clearing.
We gotta wait for you.
Yeah. This is probably good. I mean, the repositioning off of Proto Belt's pretty important. I mean, I could sell it for like Death Cap or something. but-
Or not. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, wait for Nunu.
An ally has been slain.
Guess not.
Breathing.
I don't need that much magic resist, like Abyssal. I think I'd probably rather just have Proto. It's like a free little mini flash to land the root on Callista.
Playtime.
She's still really the only major threat.
Let's make snow tracks.
Ooh, I stunned him.
I got your back, Willow. Whoa. Almost fell off.
We need Syndra. Just walk him in.
Double kill.
Okay, yeah, we pretty much killed everybody. I think y'all can probably win. Nivea has no towers.
An inhibitor.
Oof. You gotta type support div down at the bottom.
Oh, dude, that was a... You actually got me back into the game, so...
I'm gonna type
You gotta-
bot div for sure.
Yeah, but I will do it, watch. Hold on. Hold on. That's hilarious.
Hey, you did put up. Hey, you did more damage than their Nocturne in their set.
Hey, see?
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Count it. Hey, what's up, Groza? Yeah, drop a like if you want. I don't like push that super hard. I'm not like and subscribe, destroy the like button, you know, like some of the all caps YouTube videos, but it does help. If you're enjoying the content.
Destroy the like button.
There's a real estate guy that I watch sometimes, Graham Steppen. He'll say it at least 10 times a video. It's like his meme. It works if it gets people to click on it, I guess, and they're not too annoyed by it. But yeah, if you're enjoying the content, sub, like, helps out a ton. It's free, it's easy. It's a couple clicks. We're here every night hanging out, chilling. Super friendly community. Hopefully we brightened Nagarake's day. That was definitely a comeback game for sure.
That was like I was 0-7. I ended 10-12.
Nice. Yeah,
Still
I mean,
pretty bad, but-
like at one point I looked down, y'all had lost your tower, and you guys had died like 12 or 13 times. Centra was like 0-4, 0-5 or something. I was like,
yeah.
I think we can still win.
I was like, I believe.
Garen was doing pretty well. We got him a couple of kills early, and then we just...
Right.
We caught the Callista out. We got that shutdown goal and got her flash. We killed her a couple of times, and we're back in. That is one thing. If all their gold is concentrated on one person, and you do manage to kill them a couple of times...
yeah, because you got a big shutdown. I think that's when it kind of turned around when we killed Callista for the first time, and you got that shutdown gold.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Does Executioner's work against Set's passive? Yes. Anything that heals, Executioner's works. It does not work against shields. So it doesn't work against his big shield that he gets off of his W. Yeah, any healing, Executioner's works. Anything that involves somebody gaining health. Well, not if it's an infusion of health. There are very few things that are like that. But like Lulu's ult, it doesn't affect that. But most other things that are a heal, it works. I think is Zillion a heal or an infusion of health? I'm not sure. I actually need League Wiki. Did I queue up for jungle or support? I can't remember. Support, okay. His health and armor are so low. Let's have a lot of base mana. It says regaining health. Alright, we're just gonna get Kate out of there.
Right.
Like, what is the wording on that? They need to be much more clear about their wording. Is it a heal? Or is it you just gain health? Like, this is important because, like, does Grievous Wounds apply to it? And does plus healing and shielding affect how much you gain? So it doesn't say it's a... Oh, it is a heal. Okay, damage type, it's a heal. Alright. Okay, so it is affected by grievous wounds. So, like, Lulu's is one of the only things that, like, gives health. Like, just spontaneously, or not spontaneously, but, like, just really quickly a ton of health that doesn't actually count as a heal.
Mm-hmm. Is Filio still pretty good, or did he get nerfed to the ground?
He's pretty bad statistically right now.
Gotcha. And they're all AD right now.
Yeah. Probably pick an AP support. Let's go with Rakan. Rakan's pretty subpar against Lucian in general, but against assassins, that's probably what I want to go. Yeah, they're pretty much all AD. Alright.
Alright. What's he questioning me for?
Oh, someone said we're all AD also, and then someone said Azir. Like we have an Azir. So it was like the sassy. He was responding to the other person, not you.
Mm.
He was saying we have an Azir ? Probably not Soraka into Kha'Zix. Janna's like okay into Kha'Zix, but I just want something that can build a lot of armor because they have so much physical damage. I mean, I could also do something like, you know, any of the tanks like Nautilus and maybe Thresh, but you know, Ziggs. Randuin's rush Ziggs. Rakan's pretty good into all AD teams because like you can build. Usually you can build Zeke's early. You can take double armor runes, and then you can go Ninja Tabby, and that's quite a lot in the early game. And then later in the game, you do have options to go things like Knight's Vow if you want it.
You see this cape? I said, God damn, I'm sexy.
Let's see here if I can find this.
No, that's true. We do have a lot of tanks. You're right about that. I mean, Lulu would have been another one. I've kind of given up on Lulu. I don't know. Like, I think that she is good in theory. It's just, I just historically, I'm just inconsistent with her.
I'm so fine, I gotta kiss myself.
You got a flash, dude. You got a flash, dude. Am I gonna have to flash too? His hook's about up again.
They want us in cages. We refuse.
Yeah, Zillion to be okay. I just... Really? He seriously tried to back right there? Dude, just walk in.
I have got to stop talking to myself.
Unbelievable. I guess at least I didn't get an assist off of it, but like, come on, man. Like, you know they're gonna check that bush. I think either the whole thing is a heal or not. It says that it's classed as a heal. That would be extremely weird if it was like the base is a burst of health, but the extra that you get off of AP is a heal. I think it's one way or the other. I think it's all a heal. Lulu's is worded in such a way that it says it gives bonus max health. Jeez, Blitz could have hooked him right there, easy. I'm not sure about that. What's the source for that?
Yeah, I should probably be running.
I mean, maybe it does work that way. It just seems very, like, counterintuitive. I think you receive all of the heal at once. Blitz flash out of that? Surely, I think he flashed. Well, he probably has a Hex Flash, so maybe not.
Ally has been slain.
Okay, well, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny, but sure.
An enemy has been slain.
They will see my
That's a tilter right there.
and they will know
Got him.
magic's joy and its fury.
Did she die and then TP in and then die again?
Yep.
It's always great.
Every road leads someplace.
I feel like she's just gonna have to back.
Totally forgot my
Yeah, you guys should be able to kill that. Do I have to go that way? Alright, I'm coming for him.
I'm gonna try to jump out.
Oh my god, really?
Killing spree.
Okay. Nice.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Blitz did flash. Okay, he just doesn't have Hex Flash as Blitz. A little curious. Alright. He auto-attacked me too.
Humans think that to believe in
We get him?
something, you have to
Already
believe
missed.
it.
He missed his Q.
That's their problem.
It's unfortunate.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to entertain myself.
Really, Ismus? Oh,
But you too.
Resurrection potion? What is a resurrection potion? Guardian? Or Guardian Angel? I don't know. I mean, it really doesn't matter too much. I mean, I can't prove or disprove it unless someone like has a Reddit post or something about it, because the wiki really wasn't that clear.
I do not wish to kill the mortals. I want them to hear the music.
They were coming.
Root him.
Oh my god, I don't have my...
Oh my god. He got out?
How awesome I am!
Oh my god. hell kind of blitz goes for stopwatch over Hex Flash? I guess I should have looked.
Magic is supposed to be scary. Love is supposed
Shut
to
down.
hurt. Ecstasy needs.
Sounds bad. I don't know how Lucian got out. I guess it's overcommitted for the blitz. I thought we could bait him. Jesus, Gnosis. I didn't notice Gnosis' build either.
They ain't ready for what I'm bringing.
He's going hard.
Summoners. Oh, he's got Summoner Spellbook, but those are his natural summoners? I don't know. Whatever.
Burn 'em up. Oh, crap. I hate having to have a plan. Hello? You ready for me? Human magic is fire. For us, it is war.
Do this? I mean, they have Scuttle Vision and Irelia is huge. I don't like it.
Want to turn on her?
Okay, yeah, if they're cut off.
I'm here.
Don't wanna like
They have the root? This might help me over this wall.
I am only as proud as me.
Gathers darkness.
I am Vestana. I am born of magic. This is my destiny.
An ally has been
Jeez,
slain.
Pete.
And back to center.
I don't need to understand the plan. I trust my love. I dance because I'm free. Without wild magic, we have no children, we have no future. Who wants to dance?
An ally has been
He has his ult?
Ooh, I am so into this.
He can't Inferno them under tower?
An ally has been slain.
What humans call magic, we call life. They've seen moves like
I'm coming bot. Well,
why is it taking so long to get back to the action?
Damn. Not have my ult up.
Oh my god, yeah, get her, Rakan. Oh, she took like 5 tower shots. Oh my lord.
The humans will never understand our kind until they hear the song. I don't do safe.
Escape what is coming.
Oh my god, he does no damage. Dude, what is wrong with that champ? Like, they nerfed him so hard.
Plating will fall soon. Has been slain.
I need my love to hurt. Here, I don't apologize for it. I feel good.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Felius does like 0 damage.
I can't wait to see what I'm gonna do.
Alright, BF sword used to get completely deleted.
If it don't get out of control, it ain't a party.
She's gonna turn this around probably.
Oh my gosh.
Where's Necro mid?
Humans make promises.
A rough one.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Why don't we do any damage? Feels like it's just taking forever to kill anything. I feel like someone should have helped me run down the Garen there. Like, the Garen's the one with the shutdown gold. They're like, nah, let's just get Blitzcrank. Like, I've got Ignite and I've got him CC'd. And he's at 30% health.
Peekaboo. Don't want to war. When I get sad, why stop being sad and be all true story.
Okay, you got the assist on him. Okay, right here. You slow?
Fun. I need some fun. Now. I will make them dance. I will make them hear.
Probably still gonna get Australia's. Like, it's so good with Hecarim, and I already have a lot of armor. You need some health mixed in there.
Oh god.
How do I have 84 magic resist? Yes.
Burn this place
Jeez.
down. Then help them build it back up. So I can burn it again.
Not sure how I have 84 magic resist, but okay.
Let's call it battle. It's just a dance.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Forgot we had an expose inhibitor. They're gonna get the tier 1 tower off that. Probably.
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my foot is.
Is Aurelia gonna die?
Alright, Jerry's out. Get juked. She got another wither? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gone.
I don't have ult.
Where I'm from.
Yeah. Comes that Galifianakis.
How about that right in, huh?
Do what? Oh,
Zach.
the right in, yeah.
Yeah.
They
That's
will
alright.
remember my name. Come on.
Give it.
There's wildness in the bees and the flowers. It's just a purely human thing.
Right?
Okay, we scaling. What?
Okay.
Is he really taking that?
Rampage.
Okay, so from Executioner's Calling,
It's all filthy and
they have the debuff, but it removes the debuff. So it only lasts for 3 seconds. The debuff gets removed because Zillion's ult lasts for 3 seconds, and then it applies. I think...
This looks like another dangerous situation. Thankfully, I can improvise.
They changed this to 3 seconds too. Yeah, all grievous wounds are 3 seconds, so...
Ally has been slain.
I'm gone. I am so gone.
They both, so it stops ticking at 3 seconds, but then it also gets revived at 3 seconds, so...
Ally has been slain.
Zaya says someone has to die.
Yeah, I went a little too hard in that push, I think, for the Kha'Zix. I thought we'd be able to get more out of that, but... Got a little overconfident because we had won several fights in a row, but they still are up a lot, so.
They will part.
So in other words, Grievous Wounds doesn't really apply to Zion's ult. I heard I Will Dominate talking about it, sort of, tongue-in-cheek in one of his co-streams. I was watching part of it. And he was making fun of Jensen for buying Morellonomicon against... He said it only worked against a zillion ults, and I don't remember what else, but I'd have to go back and look. But there's a lot more to it than just the Grievous Wounds on that. Like, if you're ahead, you're getting Oblivion Orb anyways early because you want double pen, and then you're basically priced into it. You almost get Grievous Wounds for free.
They will see me. They will see my dance.
An ally has been slain.
Shit. Nasus. If Nasus wasn't AFK, I think honestly we could probably still win this.
Yeah.
Our kind will see.
Has destroyed.
Slowing a little bit though.
Inhibitor has been destroyed.
Yeah, I think they gave him the partnership back. I assume they did. Cloud9 picked him up and sponsored him. I don't think Cloud9 would sponsor him if he didn't have it, so I think they did. I think it was about him. There was such a huge backlash against it. I think the reason he got banned was pretty ridiculous. Like, he told us support Lulu bot lane. From what I understand, it was most likely involved this story, which he talked about before. He told us support bot lane. He was typing to Tyler 1 in chat, and he said something along the lines of, Lulu finally finished doing her nails, and now she wants to come to a team fight. GG, or something like that. And then that person who was playing that happened to be like a Grandmaster female player, and she like ranted and raged about it on Twitter, and then he like reached out to her and apologized. He, you know, clarified his meaning or whatever. He was like, look, it's just something that I think was funny. It was a visual, you know, of someone just sitting out there doing their nail polish, not participating in the game. It's like, I'm sorry if you were offended by that. It was supposed to have nothing to do with the player's gender. Lulu is a female character. I was talking about the character in the game. It's like, she would be the kind of person who would paint her nails. He was also trying to say, you know, guys can paint their nails too. That wasn't even necessarily gendered, even if it was about a person. I don't know if I buy that. I still think that's a female type of thing, but you know, the fact that it's a Lulu, like, and he was referring to something that Lulu would do, and people would say, oh, that's still sexist or whatever. It's like, that's just pushing it so far. Like, that's ridiculous. It wasn't even really that mean. It was just kind of a funny little slight in my mind. I don't really think that's that bad. Certainly not enough to kick somebody who's like a really high-level streamer out of the community. But anyways, I mean, he apologized. He didn't think it was too over the line. He didn't intend for it to be over the line. He didn't know that was a female streamer. I mean, he pointed out it's like less than 1% of the player base that are like challengers or grandmasters or female or some percentage, whatever it is. So he just assumed it was a guy over there that was playing Lulu. You know, I just think that was going a bit far to ban somebody over something like that. I mean, would it have been better if he didn't say it? Sure. Like, he didn't need to say that, because I mean, it is like borderline toxic to begin with, whether it's sexist or not. But still, like, report him at the end of the game for it. You know, you don't need to go if you think it's bad. Like, you don't need to go on a Twitter brigade over something that innocuous, in my mind. It'd be on par with just, in my mind, saying something like brain dead bot lane or something, you know? But but yes, anyways, he got that resolved, and I guess, you know, Riot read it, they looked at his apology, a bunch of people looked around about it and decided it wasn't bad enough. I mean, is it, you know, could someone reprimand him about that? Sure. Could they say, hey, you know, a Riot employee could come up to him and say, hey, man, like, let's not do that, you know? Sure. But I don't, I mean, that's like a 2 out of 10 on the toxic scale, you know? If a 0 is like no toxicity at all, and a 10 is like dropping N bombs or something like that. So I don't know. I thought it wasn't really that bad. She seemed mad about it. He apologized. It's like, I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't, it like, his intent wasn't there. He apologized. It's minor anyways, in my mind. So, I don't know. But yeah, that was a whole thing. It could have been something else, some other reason why. But it's in Riot's best interest to give him a second chance. Because, like, I think his co-streams are really popular. He's a pretty big streamer. And it's in Twitch's best interest to allow him to keep, because, you know, a lot of people enjoy his content. So C9 did sign him as just like content creator. I don't think he wants to do coaching or anything. I think he likes being basically a, what's effectively like a freelance shoutcaster. Well, I don't know. I think there's going to be a backlash to this stuff. I mean, I don't know. We live in very interesting times. Right? I think cleaning up a lot of stuff is good. Cleaning up culture a little bit is, I think it's a good idea for the most part. But at the same time, I think there definitely are some limits, and I think we're hitting the limits on like what's reasonable in some specific cases. I think Dom's was one of them. Like, obviously, people like Bill Cosby, Bernie Madoff, they're not well, Madoff was bad for a different reason. Bill Cosby, whoever, Harvey Weinstein, you know, people like that. Like, it's good that those people are, you know, getting discovered and cleaned out and stuff like that. But I guess it was Bandarius here. T1 YOLO. If she asked for an apology, that's fine. He gave her an apology. She didn't accept it. It's like, I don't even think she asked for it. He offered it. Like, someone mentioned the tweet. As far as I know, on stream, someone mentioned the tweet and he went out of his way to go apologize. I don't even think she demanded it or asked for it. She just said that she thought it was wrong. But it's fine. It's not really worth discussing that much more, I don't think. Damn it, I guess we need another free win.
I guess.
Have I tried Yone? I've not. I'm probably not going to play him, honestly. He's not my style of champion. Sadie, stop. You're not going to sit up here right now. Why don't you sit right here? Shaco support? Probably Shaco support. Maokai top, Olaf jungle. We got a lot of weird things going on over there. I'm gonna keep this build. It's a pretty cool build. Hey, thanks, Dylan. Thanks for the membership. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying getting back into the swing of things here. It is nice, like you were saying, you know, some games, I don't know what you had been playing. You may have said it. Sorry if I forgot, but, you know, some games can be, like, super time-consuming. But League is nice because, like you said, if you have a lot of stuff going on in the real world, then, you know, you just play a couple of games a day. 1 game a day, 2 games a day. If you're really busy, take a few days off. It doesn't matter. So that's kind of the cool thing about League is that it is very modular. You know, you can just, whenever you want, play some games and stuff like that. And I think that's fine. Versus I remember, you know, back in the day, like, WoW is a game where it's just really hard for me to play that on a casual level. It's like, yeah, you can do that. If you just do arenas or something, I guess you can just log in and do arenas and stuff. But if you raid, it's like, at least back in Burning Crusade, it just felt like I always had to be farming more consumables or just getting ready for raids or just doing all this extra stuff. It was hard to do less than like 6 to 8 hours a day, you know? But yeah, it does take a little bit to shake the rust off for sure. Just get used to the controls, get all the timers, you know, aligned in your mind. Of when stuff should be going on. You seem like Yone would be a good support. In what sense? It looks like he has very limited CC. He's melee, limited healing. I mean, I haven't seen it. Maybe it is good. I've only seen one good Yone, I think, so far. And that was a mid lane Yone that got really fed, and he went for kind of an unusual build with, like, Wit's End, Blather and King, like, Death's Dance. He didn't go for crit. And he was actually really hard to kill. Because he just... I didn't realize that, like, Yone's his Q and his W, the cooldown on those scale with attack speed. So with that build, with the Blather and King Wit's End, he was getting, like, 60 or 70% cooldown reduction on his Q and his W as well. Which is his little, you know, stab ability.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I was like, what the hell is that scaling?
That's actually insane.
Yeah, and then he gets the shield off the W as well. It was like his Q was on like a 1 second cooldown or something, and his W was like 3 seconds or something. It's pretty nuts. I think it's offensive or just something. Well, I don't know if we want to touch that one, real deal. It depends on who's doing the talking, but not sure if we want to touch that with a 10-foot pole in today's cultural atmosphere. It just depends. I think it comes from part of it comes from a history of sexual violence, right? I mean, that's a huge part of it, is that women are by far more likely, you know, to be sexually assaulted by men. And, like, most sexual assaults against men are by other men, a lot of times. So you've got kind of that history of it, the danger element of it, where if, you know, it's a guy that's, like, trying to be really forward sexually or whatever, you've got that threat of danger, where if it's a girl that's being really forward against a lot of guys, now not always, I mean, I'm sure, you know, a really buff, you know, burly girl could, you know, sexually assault a guy in theory, but I'm saying that, like, it's a lot less likely there's that element of danger in kind of the history of sexual violence there, and that's a big part of it. That it's just a lot more menacing when a guy is kind of going over the line, even if he doesn't intend it that way. It's like that's always, you know, on the table potentially, especially if she doesn't know you very well. And just the history of kind of sexual violence and rape culture and things like that. Whereas like if a girl is, you know, coming on to you really heavy and you're not interested, it's probably not gonna get, I mean, it could get physical, I guess. I mean, she could have a gun or something like that. It just, like, statistically, that kind of stuff just doesn't happen. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just the level of threat that's in the air. It's like an annoyance if it's a guy and a girl just doesn't get it and is coming on to you. But for a girl, it could be a real danger. It's more likely to be a real danger.
I can't pronounce your real name.
Minions have spawned.
Well, you can't say Nunu either.
I think that's probably the biggest thing if I had to guess. But, I mean, you can, like, girls can be disciplined in workplace environments and things like that if you are sexually harassing guys. Guys are also a lot less likely to report or talk about that type of stuff. They'll just brush it off a lot more as well, for whatever reasons, probably because they don't see it as an imminent danger or threat as often.
Oh, you
But-
took it too, damn.
Are we there yet?
But anyways, yeah, so I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but that's my really quick explanation. There's probably a lot more to it than that, but I think that's the easiest thing. It's just like the level of threat historically and sort of present, and just how the physics of that works. That's also true, Black Hawk. I mean, there's this culture among a lot of dudes, especially, like, even if a girl is over the line, like, really harassing you and stuff like that, you know, it's just something, just dudes in general just don't, they just don't want to talk about it. You don't want to appear weak, like, you can't handle it yourself. You know, really common, like, are we lost or not? You know, like that meme, your wife or your girlfriend says, are you lost? You're like, no, and then you'd rather drive around for an hour being lost than admit that you're lost and go into the gas station before there were smartphones and stuff, obviously. But it's just a lot of guys are just very stubborn. They don't want to admit any sort of weakness and stuff like that too. Like, oh, there was this girl that was hitting on me and I couldn't handle it, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of stuff, but I think it's really just the danger in really bad situations. That's not to say that most guys that hit on girls are dangerous. It's just that, like, you just don't know. If the girl doesn't know you, you just don't know. Because some guys, I mean, there's so many predators out there, right, that just seem perfectly fine. Like, no big deal. They're just nice, normal, everyday people, but they live this double life of abuse. So it's really hard to tell just because someone's, like, friendly that they couldn't be a threat to you, you know?
You can't give up if you say
A lot of the most dangerous sociopaths are not the people that are very obviously insane, right? It's the people that you would never suspect. That you're just like guy next door, Jeffrey Dahmer type of stuff. So it's just really dangerous. It can also create, like, you know, that type of sexism and stuff can create, and this is even more complicated, but I don't want to go into this, but like, allowing girl, well, I don't know. I probably better not go into a lot of that, but also part of sexism, sort of, but I mean, there's real different, well, I don't know if I want to get into that either, but like I said, there's a real physical element to it too. Like, you could die, you could get raped. Like, it's not just like a cultural preferential thing, you know, with a lot of girls. There is a physics, you know, kind of component to it. Like, the danger is real. Much more real for many girls than it is for many guys, although once again, there can be exceptions all over the place, but I'm trying to avoid sort of cultural assumptions and things like that, and just stick with just kind of the physics and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Grey Graves? Yeah, I should probably bail. I should probably bow out of this conversation as much as I can here.
Yeah.
Before we ignite too much, but yeah, I think that's my answer. For whoever asked that, that's going to be my safe answer that I think is extremely difficult to debate. Now, as to how that gets enacted, how, you know, what the rules should be, what the exceptions should be, all of that, that's a lot murkier, but I think that's the general premise that a lot of people are operating under. Is that it's a dangerous world for a lot of girls out there. And they're trying to rectify that a little bit. Okay, Queen.
I bet if we stayed really still,
Shaco support.
we'd become
These boxes are going to be very annoying.
I'll always
Alright, I got priority in both lanes. I might start this dragon here. You know, come look at it.
Yeah,
You could do
He's boxed
anything,
it.
Willem. What would you do?
I'm coming.
Scratch behind your ears? That's not an adventure.
I actually forgot it's Olaf. I was thinking it was Shaco, but Shaco's the support.
Yeah, he's a support.
Rumble, crumble, and, scrumble. Willem must scrumble. A wolf that's howling so much the wolves can't sleep at night. Let's muzzle them, Willem.
Drunk girl incident. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, stuff always gets murky and weird with alcohol. Oh, well, there's Olaf. How strong is he? 5.
There's nothing to it.
Want me to come up there?
I don't know where he is or what he's doing. He might be on my golems. I don't want you to miss experience, though.
Alright.
Yeah, he's on golems.
Too low?
Oh, yeah, he's real low.
Alright, I'm gonna try and rotate to you. Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. Yeah, there he is.
An
Might be able
ally
to-
has been slain.
Just need to knock him up a little bit.
There you go, nice. Maybe if Molly over pushes here and we can gank her and then maybe.
She probably doesn't want none of it.
Stay close, Willem. Break free, Willem. Hurry, Willem. You're in trouble.
She did have ignite.
I didn't think you were dead. I can see you breathing.
I do think, you know, with guys, if guys are being made to feel uncomfortable, yeah, there should be, like, it should be taken seriously.
Home is that way, Willem. We will banish you from this valley, rock-skinned boulder man.
I mean, I had a guy that I worked with who was, I'm not really 100% sure about his sexual preferences. He was
It's okay to be sad.
kind of an interesting, strange guy. I thought he was funny, though. He did make me feel a little weird sometimes, too. He'd, like grab my ass and say, "You'd be the prize in prison," or something. Sometimes kind of joking.
Oh.
You know, kind of joking and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, and we kind of had that rapport where it was just sort of, you know, funny and stuff like that, but sometimes it'd get a little weird. I'd just be like standing in line and he'd just like, you know, grab my ass and giggle about it or something. And I don't know. Like, so it was like, it would make me feel a little weird sometimes, but, you know, he was also kind of my friend, and so it was like, and it was just kind of this joking around kind of restaurant humor. And, you know, I never reported anything like that, but I could definitely see where some people might want to, you know. Oh my god. I mean, I can't believe it still had the range on that.
Damn. It's close. I almost have Ignite up too.
But, you know, it was interesting times. But you see, I never felt like really, it was just like kind of annoying, but I never really felt threatened. Like I was gonna be like walking to my car one night and he was gonna like drag me behind a dumpster or something, you know, like I never really felt that kind of imminent danger. I mean, maybe there was that kind of danger, I don't know, but that's the thing. I mean, maybe I wasn't taking something like that seriously. Maybe I should have in some situations, so I don't know. So it's tough to say, but I think stuff like that can happen with guys, especially guys and other guys, but I mean, it can happen with girls
Not
too.
expecting to shake a roam.
You know, I've had some girl students, you know, this one girl, she never gave me any kind of vibe like that, but there were definitely some, you know, like Marine Corps, like much bigger than me, you know, females that I've seen before that definitely could knock me out and drag me behind a dumpster and, you know, do some unsavory things to me if they wanted to, but once again, I feel like that's, like that danger is just not there as much in some situations. So, I don't know. We live in a weird world. Shit, I gotta use this somewhere.
I'm coming down to you to see if I can help get one of these.
Does he have fucking ignite? Yeah, the ignite. Okay, I thought he ignited me. Why does he do so much freaking damage? He had 1,000 true damage. Maybe not 1,000, like 500 true damage. 450 true damage. Jesus, off of one item? I mean, I know Olaf's strong, but my god. That is true, Dylan. Yeah, I mean, so that's why, I mean, it's really complicated in different situations if we're talking about, like, what should happen, what shouldn't happen. Obviously, every guy who's hitting on a girl, you know, 99.999% of them are not going to be predators, you know? I mean, I've hit on girls, too, obviously. It's all about how you do it, making sure that people are kind of comfortable with it, and if they're uncomfortable, then you stop. It's a big part of it, but it's tough to be a guy in 2020 for sure in terms of trying to navigate relationships and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can definitely see that all sides of the coin. And I do think, you know, you definitely can't go too far on either side, but. If you're a young man, though, you're trying to date, I'll be extremely careful drinking around. Drinking around any girl that you're trying to date. I mean, that was an old go-to, right, for a lot of people, and still probably is. You know, people want to drink so that, you know, when they're around a new person, so you're not as nervous as much, right? Like, that's part of the big thing. I think on both sides there's some of that. Not always, but I think there's definitely that temptation. But and especially in 2020, that gets really weird in terms of consent and all that kind of stuff. So just be very, very careful with that. Damn. Can I get anything here? Holly's low, but I'm just gonna get baited. I think the legal precedent for now is what I've heard is that a drunk person cannot give consent. It's kind of like a minor type of thing. So if you ever get caught in a situation where a girl says something happened, that was unethical, and you're like, well, she signed up for it, you're gonna lose in court probably. So I would just say be very careful with that.
Keep your eyes open for treasure. Let's go!
Get wrecked.
Has slain an enemy.
Damn.
It's a trap. Just back out of the comment. Cancel culture's too bloodthirsty. That's probably true. I think I've tried to measure it and be pretty well balanced on it, but yeah, it's probably a conversation best left unstated. But I mean, I think that, you know, I just do want to say to all the young men out there, obviously, hopefully, no one in this chat's an actual predator, but you just, I don't know, just be very careful with how you interact with young ladies. Obviously, don't be a stalker, but even if you're not a stalker, just don't drink. Don't drink and date. Don't drink and drive, don't drink and date.
If you believe in magic,
Your team has destroyed a turret.
What if you're drunk also? You're gonna lose. At least as far as the court's concerned, whether it's, you know, right or not, I don't want to go into that. It's just so many factors that go into it, but as far as the legal system, as far as like what I would assume you're gonna lose any sort of conflict like that. Legal conflict.
keep playing, Willem. No one can tell us not to. We already broke the rules with the super mega punch.
It sucks. I would hate to be dating in 2020. It'd be terrible. Be having up a wall, you're drawing up contracts, or even go to a date, man. But I mean, that's just, like I said, some of that's good, some of that's bad. It's mixed. Don't drink and date t-shirt idea. There's too much cancel culture for that. I think that'd be an interesting t-shirt idea, but that'd probably be something like if I ran a law channel about like criminal defense law or something like that. That might be one that I would say probably sell pretty well on college campuses.
Because there's something sad in their hearts. I'm gonna knock it out.
Oh, he's here too. Smited it, maybe got away. That's where Phase Rush saved my butt right there a couple of times.
Sometimes
Damn, I could have smited the Maokai if I was a true gangster. I just didn't even see where he was going. I was trying to run out of there.
we have warts. You know they're bad guys.
I feel so top. I don't know. Probably not.
He doesn't have his ult. Yeah, I can come in. Maybe. Watch out, he does a billion damage for no reason.
Ooh, one too many souls.
Pretty sure we're gonna get that.
Everyone knows heroes are brave, and they hit stuff really hard. I know the true secret. No, not that.
Yeah, they're taking it slow, that's for sure.
What the hell just go? Shake the box. Jeez. have so many different. Their team comp's so good. So many different kinds of threats.
Let's do it again.
I'm gonna try to pick them off. Yeah, I could have smited the Maokai and run out. I forgot they even had a Maokai. Maokai's just so difficult to deal with. I should have taken the Triumph rune set. I wasn't paying attention to their comp.
Not blood, but ice.
Like Maokai alone means that you need to go tenacity, extra tenacity.
And flesh the hero's blade can feel.
It just has so much CC.
The hero is hot.
Maybe actually I should have gone for Thornmail here.
This is just like in my favorite song. Only this time,
Ally
it's
has
about
been
us.
slain.
No, not with Olaf there. Yeah, Kali has a lot of healing too, doubly. Yeah, I should have gone for Thornmail.
We're off like a dirty tunic. That's when one of the others.
Globalization, Art of War.
I wonder if he's alright.
Interesting name.
You're first tickling me.
Yeah, I can't read if that's Russian. I can't read it, unfortunately.
I bet you 3 icicles I can fly. I just never jumped on
Gnosis is dead. They're probably gonna Baron. I don't know if I can turn this around. I'm rolling up.
Slain an enemy.
Olaf healing too is pretty brutal. So much CC. I can't switch over now, I don't think. They have none of the same components. Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake. I should have gone Thornmail. Just not paying attention. Cause yeah, like Olaf has a ton of healing, Maokai has healing, Kali has healing. I mean, I'll be able to get Bramblevest next. I mean, I don't know, like I need to be able to move around the map too. This is pretty strong. I think we might be able to win this.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be tricky. We've had some pretty close games for the most part tonight. I think every game has been winnable. I don't think there's been a blowout, like, no prayer. We also haven't had any super easy ones tonight either, so overall pretty good games for League of Legends, I think.
I eat heroic deeds for breakfast. Lilith prefers crumbs, all in one gulp. Ugh.
Olaf's by Baron.
They might all be doing Baron, except for Kaisa. That'd be really weird, but maybe.
They're not on it. Trying to get me. Olaf and Kali are mid. We're back in.
Or I could never finish our song. Can't be
Wow,
heroes
I mean, what
without
the hell are they
song.
doing? I guess they're chasing you.
Yeah.
I thought it was either
They're back.
Baron or they're all coming down here.
They're back in now, so I'd be careful. Yeah. Well, this we get Dragon easy now.
I don't think they're gonna get here fast enough.
Yeah, they're not. Did we kill him? He flashed, right? He still killed somebody?
Shut down.
Gosh, yeah, he just blew everything. No, we can't. We can't do that. He blew his flash and died anyway, so that's good. Didn't have my Qs. That was a little spooky, but we got it.
I'm trying to go grab top.
Catch middle here. Is not interested. All right. I think we get boxed here.
Really? This is bot.
And they have no wave over here. Or his back.
Gods are gone. The world therefore. My friends are gone. And words are forth. Against the cold.
Are they really trying to there?
I sing a spark of my own poetry. Well, technically my mom.
Yeah, they are. I'm coming.
I just waited like one more second. Just didn't have the vision for it.
Your turret has been destroyed.
You okay? I can see you breathing.
Wait. Yeah, what the hell is that Nasus's build? Oh my god. Please, dude. She's just dead, probably. She even ult? Shouldn't have ult.
I am not scared. Maybe just a little.
Dead too. Like, what's with people messing up Nasus lately? Like, the last guy had like this super troll build. This guy's got this troll build. Like,
All the people always doom the
Trinity
world.
Force,
So it's up to kids
all
to
tank.
save it.
Like, it's not that hard to figure out. Frozen Heart's like okay on Nasus. I like that, but it needs to be like a Spirit Visage second item or something. Or at least like Death's Dance. You know, because he does do a decent amount of magic damage with his ult and stuff like that, but...
Enemy rampage. An ally has been slain.
You can't say Nunu
I mean, Nasus in general is not, like, amazing right now, but he's not terrible if you build him correctly and you get to late game and you have a lot of stacks. But the Blatherin King and then whatever the hell he was building with Blasting One is just so bad. It's like usually Spirit Visage, or just, like Thorn Mail, just defensive stuff. Because your Q's doing all the damage. It's the CDR is your biggest damage boost, and then it's just a bunch of tank stuff.
That's probably gonna be it for me.
Yeah, unfortunately that's it for me too, man. There's some rough ones out there. But...
yeah, for sure.
Alright, man. I'll catch you next time.
Yep, take care.
See ya.
See ya.
Alright, and that's gonna be it for tonight. Sorry about the internet DC. I don't know what was up. It was... coverage was out in my entire zip code for a little bit. Said it was unplanned on the app, so I guess there's something going on with the power station. I don't know. But, anyways, okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. We'll be back tomorrow around 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you stop by, and then we'll see you next time. Have a good day.